because you go bring that animal, Hulk Hogan, for no reason, because I don't know the guy, I never met the guy. I think I should arrest him with that punk Bob Backlund again. No, Mr. Hogan, you are big. But remember,
Gentlemen, Fred Blasky, I'm sorry, gentlemen, I apologize.
Yeah,
we are out of time.
And then you cut us right
We're
off.
out of time.
You cut the world
Let's go to the ring.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's rolling.
Episode, what is this, 2 now? 2.5?
We'll say it's 3, and 2 is lost.
2's lost.
Maybe I'll find it.
Lost to the...
I was real sleepy on it anyway.
Oh, man. And you're going to be much better this time?
I think I'm a little better. Like, I ran a stop sign last time.
Oh, my God.
I mean, like, just blew it, and I was like, oh, there's a stop sign. I'm not awake. This is tight.
Oh, my Lord.
Because I'm sure everybody that's not real.
Yeah, the colloquial everybody.
I have narcolepsy.
Oh. One of the things you told me to stop talking about to save for the pod was different medias. Pretty much every form of media hates conservatives. But one of the biggest ones I can see is One Piece. Because every single episode is like, I hate imperialism. I hate racism. I will curb stomp anyone that is like that. But then conservatives will go online and be like, stop posting memes about Luffy beating me up for being conservative, because he wouldn't do that. And like, there's a story bit where they're in Saba Odi Archipelago, and they're told, hey, this group of people, they're called Celestial Dragons. And they're like the prime poster children of the world government. And don't fuck with them, because then all the Navy will come here and they'll fuck us up. And Luffy like catches one at like a slave auction, and he just beats the shit out of him like right there. And they're like, now the Navy's gonna get us. And he goes, so like, but yeah. If you're conservative, your favorite author, director, actor, they all hate you. Like,
if anybody can let us know, I can't think of anything that's written or it's like conservative that I can think of. There's got to be something.
Fables, the comic.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because that goes on a weird pro-Israel tangent like halfway through. But other than that,
I mean, I guess there's more like, I guess music, because it's always like, oh, these guys are into this. It's like, oh, cool. Tight.
Have you ever rocked with someone and then like looked up the lyrics and been like, oh, that's white power. Okay. Damn. Because with the type of music that we listen to, sometimes it's tough to tell what's being said in the lyrics.
When it comes to like death metal, I don't have to worry. It's never in death metal. I mean, it happens, but like it's usually black metal. Like it's always like, well, time to get on the old web.
I like a lot of black metal too.
I mean, there's still bands I still listen to, and like
Revenge doesn't have great opinions about non-white people.
It's the war metal band that's from Australia. He basically called somebody from Blasphemy, because the guitarist is African American, called him the N-word.
Oh my God.
Pretty sure, something like that. Got punched out. I don't know.
Sounds like he deserved it.
I don't even know, because, I don't know, I like death metal. I mean, I do like some black metal, but death metal's more, like, I'm also trying to think. I don't know, just like, it's always like that with music sometimes. It's always like, oh, these people, I really liked the Smashing Pumpkins when I was younger, and Billy Corgan's a douchebag.
Yeah. I was running into that with, when Kublai Khan, like, blew up.
I was telling you about that. That dude was a great Trump supporter.
Yeah, and a bunch of the girly pops were like, oh my God, he's a conservative. And I was like, hey, I hate to break this news to you, but if you keep listening to this genre of music, you're gonna have that. Like, there's nuts people on this side. Like, if you delve into that black metal side, there's just like open Nazism in some of them. Like,
are you saying like as in like a whole?
Just, like if you're counting it extreme metal and then rock and roll, like.
Because I would probably, I don't like that band, but
you're old. It's fine. Like, you can't get with the times.
No, I've just heard bands that have already done that stuff. They ain't reinventing the wheel.
So?
It's okay.
Does it gotta be the first?
No. Just listen to Unbroken Wings.
It's fine. You don't like any of the music I fuck with.
I might like some of it.
Yeah. You fuck with Warning?
Who?
Like that was a gun going off to my heart.
Guess what was on the radio last night when I got out of my car?
What?
Jack White, and I was like, turn this shit off.
No, fuck you.
I almost called you like, this shit
fuck
sucks.
You. Fuck you. Jack White's fucking awesome.
Actually, the song that was playing, it's kind of rocking, but I had to go in and stay up till 5 in the morning.
Oh my god. Fuck you, dog. Jack White.
No, I just said it was good.
No, I know. I'm messing with you.
Honestly, you're probably the most open-minded and like more different things.
Oh, I listen to everything.
I'm pretty much like, I don't know.
If it's not death metal recorded from 1989 to 1996, you're out.
I mean, I have a Devourment shirt on. There's still a band. Hoodie, whatever you want to call it. They did start in 96.
Yeah, look, I got your ass.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I just don't care anymore. I've always tried to be open-minded and stuff, and I'm like, I can see it's good, but I'm just like, Like, I've never really...
I've been listening to The Weeknd's new album, like,
That's
fucking
fine.
crazy.
I would probably say he's not a bad musician, not for me.
He's really good. That's probably the only concert that I think I would pay an exorbitant amount of money to go to. Like, everything else, if it's tickets more than $40, I'm not buying them.
The most expensive, like, music thing I've ever been to? Well, other than
was there been to and then, like, paid for? Because that's a different thing. I've been to stuff that's pretty expensive, but someone bought a ticket for me.
I mean, I paid for it. Yeah. I mean, I went to This Is Hardcore in 2011. That was pretty expensive. I'm trying to think. Okay, I think the most I've ever paid for, like, a ticket for one band was in, like, 2003. Mm-hmm. You're going to love this. Okay. And it was really awesome. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I think it's like $90. I saw Radiohead.
Oh my god, that's hard. Wait, so 2003, had they recorded
Hell of the Thief, I think, might have just
Kid A yet?
Yeah, that's all. It was all out. They played.
Oh fuck, Kid A. I love that song.
I think Hell of the Thief.
I had a horrific.
It just came out.
I had a horrific psychedelic trip to Kid A. Like,
yeah,
I
was sober and had one.
I took a lot of acid and like listened to it at night with an ex-girlfriend of mine that we were fighting at the time, and it was a horrible several-hour experience. And then I didn't do acid for like 6 years after that.
I don't even know. Can you even find acid anymore? It seems kind of just gone.
You probably could, but like I don't really know anyone, and honestly, because I don't really know anyone close enough, I don't want to buy anything like that from them.
I'm good.
Mushrooms is whatever, because like that's a physical plant. Like I get that, cool. Like I'd buy that from someone I didn't know that well. But like something like acid, that's like something like acid. I'm not fucking around with unless I know you're social. I'm not buying that from you.
Shit. Well,
the most expensive thing that I purchased, I went to see City in Color in probably like 2016.
I can't even name a song by them, but how much you pay for that?
Probably like $50-$60 a piece. He played Springfield, Missouri, which City in Color, for those who don't know, Dallas Green, one of the frontmen from Alexis on Fire. But it's like an acoustic side project.
I saw Alexis on Fire.
Yeah.
Because they played with Bane.
Yeah. Well, like, honestly, for real, I like him much better on
That
an
makes
acoustic
sense.
guitar. His voice fits it very well.
That makes sense because you like all the metalcore from that era.
Yeah.
I mean, you're about that age.
Yeah, but he played like an encore, and I was like, oh hell yeah! Like of course he's gonna play an encore, and he was like, this is the best stop of this tour. Like hell yeah! And I was like, oh, they say that everyone. And then he played 13 fucking songs on the encore, and I was like, oh, maybe he believes it, but also like I need to get home.
That's
like,
a pretty good encore, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, he was playing like acoustic cuts of Alexis on Fire songs. Like it was hard. It was a good show. Now the most expensive concert I've been to, like just someone bought a ticket and I went. I don't know the exact price for this because I was young and my mom bought it, but the Eagles farewell tour we went to.
You saw the Eagles?
Yeah.
You call me a boomer.
Well, I was like 10 and my mom...
Whatever.
My mom wanted to go with someone and they couldn't go, so she took me with her.
Well, my dad would enjoy that too. That's okay. I can one-up that for one of my dad's birthdays.
Yeah.
I went and saw Leonard Skinner. And it's not even Leonard Skinner. All those
I'm a simple kind of man.
All those fuckers are dead. It was...
Oh, did you watch Reacher on Amazon Prime? Oh, you should. The fucking...
Well, I'll do it at work.
Dude, the fucking ending of the second season of that show, he's just been with his former, like, military squad. And they have this whole brothers in arms thing where they're like, we gotta, you push people away, Reacher, and we need to stay closer. And he's like, yeah, I understood. And he gets on a bus, and fucking someone asks him, like, oh, where are you coming from? And he was like, right here. And they're like, what were you doing? And he looks at the camera and visiting family. And then fucking Simple Man's just, dude, it's awesome. It's so fucking...
You know, even though I made fun of you for going to the Eagles, I could probably...
It was a fun show. I didn't know any songs, for real.
Desperado was playing in my head now, and that's not even...
Like I knew, that's a deep cut,
That's
dude.
not even the Eagles hit, because my dad would jam it, and they would all play cards.
Yeah, I know, like, fucking Hotel California, like, and I was like 10.
Desperado! Just like...
No, you should check out Reacher. You like enough dumb action shit that you dig it. Like, every season of Reacher, so they're based off books. And
who's the main actor? That sounds...
Alan Richson.
What the fuck is that in my brain?
You watch Blue Mountain State?
No.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think of other shit he's been in. He was one of the CGI turtles in the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Didn't see it. No.
Fuck.
My Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it wasn't my Ninja Turtles either. I want to throw that out there.
I'm about to age myself, but I saw the original in the movie theater when I was much excited.
Yeah.
When I was probably like 6.
Hey, look, you were the prime demographic for that.
I know it was.
I'm trying to think of what else he's been in. He's a big jacked white guy.
All right, I'm gonna be an asshole. Oh, jacked white guy.
Yeah, he's a huge jacked white guy.
I just creamed my britches. You already know that's what.
Anyways, they're based off books, and every season follows like one book, and every book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that guy. And every season follows one book, and every single book is exactly the same. Not in like a bad way, in like a really familiar way, but this is, let me lay out Reacher for you. A standard season of Reacher. Reacher is going to go to a town. He's going to uncover some shady mystery thing going on. He's going to beat the shit out of about 10 guys. He's going to bang one lady. He's going to beat the shit out of another 10 or 20 guys. Maybe kill a few of them. Then he's probably going to bang the lady one more time, and they're going to have like a goodbye because he's too wild. He can't stay in one place for too long, and then he's going to leave the town. Proceed next book, where he arrives in a town, uncovers something, beats up a bunch of guys, bangs one lady. And this has to happen so seriously that I was reading The Midnight Line by Lee Child. It's one of the Reacher books, one of the newer ones. And I'm reading through it, and it's this mystery of like, this combat veteran. She's disappeared. Her sister's hired private investigators looking for her. Reacher finds her ring in a pawn shop and just wants to give it back to her. And looking for her, they can't find her. They eventually end up like finding her, whatever, saving the day, blah, blah, blah. And I'm reading through this book, and there's 398 pages in the book. And by 390, Reacher has not had sex with a single woman. And then on page 396, he has sex with this lady. And I'm like, dude, they have to get it in. Like, it like, has to happen.
It's like he was like, well, I'm done. Oh, shit.
I forgot where he's supposed to bang the lady.
Oh, man, Reacher's got to get some trim.
Yeah, Reacher's got to get a little strange before we're done. Like, highly recommend. It's a good show. Alan Ritchson plays it. Much better than Tom Cruise played Jack Reacher in 2 separate movies.
That's why that sounds familiar.
Yeah, so Tom Cruise, because I looked it up because Reacher in the books is described as 6'5", 260
Dude,
pounds.
I'm taller than Tom Cruise.
Shredded, like just because of genetics. He never lifts weights. Like this is the author describes Reacher as his rendition of Achilles, like of just this demigod, like. But Tom Cruise's production company bought the rights to 2 of Lee Child's books, and because it's Tom Cruise's production company, he's gonna fucking star. Problem with this being, I think in 6-inch platforms, Tom Cruise is maybe 5'11". Like,
oh man,
and I'm not one of these dudes that like it has to look exactly like they said it in the book, and I'm like, but a big part of this character is these goons are thinking about fighting him, and he's 6'5" and jacked, and like, I don't know, if I'm like a goon for a mob boss or something, and he's like, you need to go take this guy out, and I'm like, yeah, me and my 4 boys will do it, and then I see that that's the guy, I'm gonna be like filling out Indeed applications on a warehouse, like, dude, life of crime's not for me anymore. Like, I can't do this shit. Are you kidding me? That dude? I'm not fighting him. Oh my god. Do recommend Reacher. Good show on Amazon. Books even better. I've been telling my wife that every single book will never be better than 3.5 stars out of 5. But it will never be worse than 3.5 stars out of 5. Like, just consistently above average mystery thriller. Like,
I'm trying to think. All right, Nice and Silent.
Nice and Silent?
The hamster's turning.
Oh, well, we can talk about what you told me to save for the pod originally.
I don't remember.
I said in WWE you're going to get a Cena retirement run, and you'll be happy with it.
We already know that.
And I think the real reason they want to do that is so they don't have to have Ric Flair, the criminal, as who has the most world title runs. But for me, I wouldn't do that.
Do they count the... I guess they have to count.
They count the NWA. Yeah.
They have
for whatever reason. I don't know why. But... because I think Flair has 17 and Cena has 17. So if Cena gets a retirement run, he'll be at 18. Most world title runs, whatever. To me, Orton has 16. I'd get the belt on him twice, like just pretty fast. Because Cena's whole thing with The Rock was you went away to do movies and like, fuck you, I bled for this company. I did all this.
So now he's doing it.
And now Cena's doing it.
But Cena wrestled a lot longer than Rock.
True, but Orton has never left to do any type of movies, any type of anything. That dude has been full-time since he was...
Marine?
No, that was Cena, and then Ted DiBiase did one, and then I think The Miz did another one. Yeah.
Boy.
But Orton has never left to do movies. He's been full-time since he was, 19? Something crazy. And also, I've heard someone talking about if you had to take all the skills of a specific wrestler to build the perfect one, he theorizes you would end up just building Randy Orton. Like, Which, that could be a fun game. Taking all the skills of a specific wrestler to build the perfect one.
So you can just create a wrestler? I think you can do
Yeah.
that. I think you can kind of do that in games.
Yeah. But I mean, what would you do? I mean, let's split up.
What I do?
Yeah, mic skills,
I
in-ring.
give the title to R-Truth. He deserves it.
Oh my God. I don't dislike WWE. It's just not my style. It's not what I like.
It's okay, there's not enough parkour. I get it.
Oh my God. Here we go. Here we fucking go. This dude. Have you even seen a full episode of AEW? Or do you just keep listening to Stevie Richards talk about it?
No, I watched it. I watched
Yeah.
a match with your boy Swerve. He is good, but it literally looked like that Office gif where he flips on the fucking couch.
Oh my God.
He really did. I was just like,
but that
it's athletic. I think it's awesome. It's just, I guess, I do like a little bit of like, I know it's not real.
Have you seen a full episode?
Can't say I have, 'cause I don't pay attention at work as good as I could.
Look, there are people like that. Jay White is incredible at that aspect of it, like the ring psychology.
Guess what?
What?
AEW's good. I'm not saying it's.
I get defensive because everyone just dog piles on it.
No, I just like saying. I just say it because
I know.
Because that's what it is now. It's what's been even when I saw Ring of Honor. That's what it was. It was just like parkour, and I was like, okay, it's cool to see live.
Yeah. Listen.
I don't know. I just like Bret Hart. I like Mr. Perfect.
I'm
old.
You would love Jay White, dude.
Probably.
He is as close to Bret Hart as we have right now in terms of just ring psychology and slowly telling a story, like with the moves and shit. God. New Japan's also fire. Hiroki Goto, IWGP champion. Finally, he was 0-9.
And sometimes I wonder if I just been brainwashed, because I even liked when it was WWF, when it was like, it was trash. That's when like the NWO was killing it. I was like, whatever, fuck you guys. We got Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Oh my God.
So
you might be a little bit.
So I guess I'm just.
You're too old.
No,
you can't get with the times, old man.
It's WWE forever, brother.
They're doing much better than they have in the last several years.
Decade? I won't lie, because like
they were terrible for a long time.
I didn't really pay attention, but I did a little bit, and I'd always be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Ryback sucks. This dude sucks. Why Dolph Ziggler?
Why
is he the man?
Yeah, dude, Ziggler's fucking awesome. Like,
he'll probably be back because the TNA thing.
Don't get me started. I don't like the TNA team up because I view that this is just WWE.
They're gonna steal everybody.
Yeah, it's just hostile takeover.
Yeah, they're gonna straight up like, and they should.
They've already stolen Jordan Grace.
What's his name? He's the TNA champion.
Nick Nemeth? No.
No, that's
Ziggler.
That's
Diggler. Whoa. Allegedly. Actually, not allegedly. Like that didn't happen.
The guy, the dude, he sang his own song. Come on, bro.
Oh, Joe Hendry.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
They're gonna take his ass.
They're gonna. That's what WWE does when it partners with people. And listen, AEW is also guilty of this with fucking New Japan. Like.
Well, yeah, because they need that parkour.
Well, no.
I'm about to get beat up on the mic. I can
hear it. That's just shitty Undertaker worked punches. Those are coming, dude. But like, no. What AEW did to New Japan is they took their whole main event scene because like Kenny Omega, he left to start the company, and the Young Bucks left too. And they were one of their better tag teams. And then a few years into AEW, I mean, they signed Jay White, they signed Will Ospreay, they signed Kazuchika Okada. Like, and what it comes down to, it's a really unfortunate situation because New Japan can only pay people in yen, and yen is just not worth anything right now.
For now.
Yeah, for now. And It's simple. It's simple fact that they're going to go where they can get paid the most, and it's either WWE or AEW is where you can get paid the most, and probably AEW a little bit more just because it's a billionaire's fucking passion project. It's not like.
You think?
Well, it is a very viable business, but like. It all started because Tony Khan had the money to fund a wrestling promotion, and it didn't matter if it made money at the start. But now they're for sure making money because of that fucking Max deal, like shit like that.
I keep forgetting they're on Max, and I watch all that shit just from that.
Watch wrestling online free.
Yeah, buddy.
It's been taken down a few times, and what I think is so funny is it'll be watch wrestling online free. 2. And then 2. Yeah. Watch wrestling online free 3. Like, they just... Listen, if you don't want me to pirate it, make it harder to do it.
But I'm trying to keep up with, like, all of them, and I keep forgetting his Ring of Honor. I'd like to...
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like...
Ring of Honor's alright.
I watched a little bit of NWA. I was like, oh, that's... I don't remember what his name was, but I was like, oh, that's Chris Masters. Yeah, alright. Yeah. And then...
Yeah, I was trying to keep up with all of it for a while, and honestly, it's too much.
Yes.
Like,
and WWE's got a lot. Like,
weekly. Like, they've got like 5 hours weekly.
I mean, straight up.
Well, also, that's not even counting NXT, so probably like 7 hours a week to stay up on WWE.
My freaking, stupid, my brain never really caught on, like, SmackDown and Raw. That was almost like their own things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know why my brain's like, oh, I never... Duh, dumbass.
That's because of the brand split or whatever. Which some people want AEW to do a brand split between Dynamite and Collision, and I don't...
Why would you just copy what WWE's doing? You don't have to.
Because all the people that jumped ship from WWE to AEW when it started, they didn't want an alternative to WWE. They just wanted WWE to be good. Like...
Well, it's getting... I'd say it's good right now.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of them have went over and now dog pile on AEW all the time. But that's tribalism. Which, like, I don't like WWE. It's not a secret. But, like, I don't care if you like it. That's awesome. I love that for you. Like...
AEW it's straight up WCW. But better. I would say it's better, but it's WCW.
With a tinge of New Japan, I would say.
Well, they were,
the work rate is...
Well, straight up, I mean, we'll might as well give WCW their flowers. They're the ones that brought, like, Luchador and all that stuff over here. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what it reminds me.
But, like, another tribalism thing that I just think is so funny is, like, people that are in AEW will be talentless hacks that just do flips, and then WWE will sign them, and then it's like, oh my god, they're so good. And it's like, dude, you hated this dude like 6 months ago.
Can't work that way.
You can see that with Penta, 100%.
Well, that one dude just showed up. What's his name? Ricky...
Oh, Ricky Starks. Which I've never been a big fan of.
Trying to get the Scott Hall thing.
I think he's fine. A lot of these AEW guys that are leaving because they're not in the top of the card of AEW, and it's like, do you think you're going to be in the top of the card of WWE?
No,
like,
probably not. Bro.
Their roster's probably even more bloated and like stacked at the top.
And that's what I'm saying. And they don't have to give Braun Breaker the title.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to fight everybody.
Braun Breaker's so good, dude. Like,
I watched like this.
That spear he did to that YouTuber in the Rumble was fucking nuts.
I watched a compilation. I know a few people have done it. When I saw him do the fall away moonsault,
yeah,
buckle, I was just like, man, that looked so.
I want them to give him more like.
It looked fucking brutal.
I want them to give him more like chainmail hood Steiner-esque stuff, dude.
He might as well, honestly, if he probably won't do it, but
he's Rick's kid, isn't he?
Yeah, if he ever turns babyface, or like
has that kind of tweener
has like a comedic side.
Yeah.
I mean, since he's basically Rick and Scott, let's make him a tag team by himself. Because he's literally both of them.
He's good. I like Braun Breaker a lot. Another problem I have with WWE, which is starting to be a problem I have with AEW, though, is also the titles. In terms of, if it's not Mania, Cody's not dropping that fucking title. So I already know how the pay-per-view is going to end. Cody will win. Which, it gets boring to me because I'm like, there should be this sense of like, oh, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Like, they put the title on Swerve in AEW in St. Louis.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't go, but...
I remember that game.
Yeah, it was Dynasty.
My friend Brad went.
Yeah, I saw Collision in St. Louis. It was really good. But yeah, I just I don't like this whole idea of well, it's not the main show of the year, so we can't drop the main title. And it's I think the shit should be dropped on random Wednesdays sometimes.
Yeah, they stopped doing that. There used to be in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, it was all the time
On Raw.
Yeah, well, that's why you've got
Sunday
some of these dudes
sometimes.
some of these dudes like Rock and Austin who didn't wrestle for that long, but they're still 5 or 6 time champions because they'd hold it for fucking 2 weeks and then drop it to each other.
I kind of like the long title reigns, but I also get what you're saying too. I get what you're saying. Though.
What I think the perfect title reign length is 3 to 6 months. Because that's enough time for them to have a few good defenses and blah, 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 and then you get it on somebody else. But then that makes it, when there is a year-plus long reign, that much more special. Because now every title reign is a year long. And it's less special because I know he's going to hold it a year. They've got Moxley with the fucking belt now, and his first match is against Edge or Cope, whatever they call him. And I know that Edge is losing that. He's fucking 50-something. It's just going to be a good defense for Moxley, which is cool. But
just give it to Edge and Moxley can win it back.
No, what I would do is I'd have Jay White take it off Moxley. Jay White's fucking good, dude. He's got a winning record. Again, you say this, keep kayfabe alive for a little bit. He has a 4-0 record against Kenny Omega. He has a 5-0 record against Kazuchika Okada. He's got a 3-0 record against Will Ospreay. He refers to himself as the catalyst of pro wrestling because if he wasn't whooping all their asses for years, they would have never left to AEW. And he's so Tony Khan has me to thank because I gave him his main event scene by beating the shit out of him in New Japan. He was going to go to the WWE too.
Not anymore, brother.
There was a hiring freeze right when he wanted to go. WWE was not going to hire anybody, and seeing Jay White, this dude has it all. He's a counter wrestler. He can work any style you want him to. He's great on the mic. He has the look. So a hiring freeze seems really silly, especially now he's in AEW. They're not using him how I would, but also I was a big fan of his shit in New Japan, so I probably overrate him a bit more than most people do. But we'll see. Grand Slam is on tonight, AEW.
Yeah, brother.
10:30 p.m. We'll see. I think there's a good chance that Toni Storm beats Mariah May for the belt.
That's the only reason why I'm paying attention.
Who you like? Toni or Mariah?
Who's the one going to the bakery?
They're both beautiful women.
Anyway, we should go.
Yeah, stop that one while the mics are on. Jesus. No, fucking. I'm trying to think. There's a tag match. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay are going against Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita. That match will probably be fucking awesome.
I just need to watch more. I've only been really watching the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I like it. It just kind of just put it with TNA and WCW. Man,
see, but I don't think it's fair to have it on that tier. Because this is the only time that...
Well, see, I wasn't putting them on a bad tier though. I was just saying...
Well, I agree, but what I think the distinction between AEW is that they've been able to sign megastars that would have just for sure went to WWE. Like Will Ospreay. That dude's probably the best in the world. And fucking 10 years ago, that dude's for sure going to WWE. After killing it in New Japan. But we'll see. But the thing is, AEW offers them more often than not, more money and a lighter schedule.
Like WCW, bro.
Yeah, like you get a lighter schedule, you can live wherever you want, and we'll pay you more money. And people are like, why do they keep going to fucking AEW?
Are they still?
Like,
did they get? I know this is gonna sound really dumb. I don't really look into it. Does WWE offer guaranteed stuff? Is it like, are they still technically considered like contractors?
Oh, they're still contractors.
That's
they don't
fucking trash.
They don't pay any of their fucking.
Does AEW do it that way?
AEW, no, they're all like employees. They all have health insurance. They all have fucking.
That would.
They pay their medical bills completely.
If I was a wrestler, that would already sway me. I'd be like,
well, that and like WWE, counting the house shows, wants you to wrestle like fucking 300 times a year, dude. Like,
from what I've heard, it was worse.
Yeah.
Like the golden era and shit. Like you would work every fucking day.
Oh, or be like Hogan wrestling 400 days a year, dude.
That's what. He's time travels.
Yeah. But fucking. There's also the fact that, as far as we know, there's no human trafficker running AEW, so that's cool.
Alright, you win. I'm done.
Dude, fucking. I saw that Triple H was at Linda McMahon's, like, Senate committee hearing or whatever.
I was not shocked.
That, but then also the feds just dropped all of Vince's charges. And
that's because he said he was going to beat him with a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Well, like, my thing is, like, how much do you want to bet that Vince gets welcomed with open arms back into the fucking company? Like, he didn't do nothing.
He probably will.
And if that does happen, it's going to be real tough to keep giving him money. Although you're not. You're stealing it. So
oh, yeah.
Good on you.
I mean, shit. Honestly, the only thing I really buy, and honestly, I didn't do that for years, is video games.
Well, that and they probably get a few cents for every Netflix stream.
I haven't been watching it on Netflix.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're stealing it.
That's okay. I'd watch wrestling.
Yeah. I steal New Japan, which is unfortunate. They actually really need the money, but I don't. I'll get a world subscription so I can watch all the old shit, too.
I thought about doing that for Ring of Honor.
Like Honor Club or whatever.
Yeah, but they don't go back far enough.
Yeah. New Japan has some, like, their world has, like, some stuff from the 90s, and they're slowly, like, adding more and more stuff, which will probably be what AEW ends up doing with Max. They'll slowly add the rest of it on.
That'd be cool. I should probably just watch it on Max. I don't remember my password. And I don't feel like trying to...
It's very easy to watch on Max, I'll say that. And they do promote it very much. Like, there was a huge boom in, like, people watching it because it was just super available to them.
Is it just their weekly shows? Like, is it
so
pay-per-views?
The pay-per-views are on, but I think you still have to buy them, but they're at a discounted price for, like, Max users. So
free watch wrestling on free.
Yeah, free watch wrestling online free is where I'll get the pay-per-views. Although they're pretty good about striking the pay-per-views pretty fast on Watch Online Free, which sucks.
Tony Khan, we broke.
Yeah, I'm broke, dude. Like, just send your boy a fucking, like, free pass because, like, I'll tell everyone how awesome I think AEW is. Like, I'm a mark. Sue me. Fuck.
I
like,
realized I played the AEW game. I didn't pay for it.
It's not very good from what I hear. It's very simple, very bare bones.
People say that, but, like, and it's got a lot of modes. What it is it's... And they did what they said they're going to do. It's just like an old THQ, like...
It's Day of Reckoning.
It's like No Mercy and all that.
Yeah, No Mercy.
And it's just like, it's just aged.
Mm-hmm.
And
You don't have the nostalgia blinder on.
I didn't really like those games as much. I get, like, how they were probably a little more accurate and better, but, like, a lot of it was because... Even though, like, the other games were arcadey, that was always the thing about, like, Warzone and Attitude. Everybody was like, it's arcadey. But they actually had, like, signature moves and shit they did. Like, they always did moves in those games. I'm like, they wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking wrestler wouldn't do that. Why are they doing that?
But I liked WWE All-Stars. The one where it's like very arcadey and they're doing like with the Batista bomb, he jumps like 20 feet in the air.
All that stuff's just fun. That's
fun.
I get that. I have Battlegrounds on Steam, but I've never played it.
I think it was like the first iteration of Battlegrounds.
It was
All Stars, like, which I thought was fucking cool. But now it's like wrestling sim is what everyone wants, and I'm like,
I kind of do, but then I just turn down the settings so I can make it kind of.
So I could just beast on people.
Well, what I do is like. I switch controller to the other guy and let him take his turns. You know, I'm playing with my dolls when I play. Like I've already got like
telling a story.
I've already got like shit planned out.
Have you heard that Dan Soder bit? He's talking about. I think it's him and Stavros, and he's talking about how Dan Soder. He started smoking cigarettes really young, but he also played with action figures really old. So there was an intercross where like he was battling with his WWF figures. And he'd set him down, he'd go outside and take out a Marlboro Red and just... So I'm thinking Tatanka for the IC. Maybe Hogan and Undertaker in a cage match.
It's funny, is this is literally what I do. Like, I literally downloaded a New Japan Arena, and I have Hulk Hogan, classic Hulk Hogan, fighting Undertaker. I don't know why I gave it to Undertaker. I was like, we'll give it to Undertaker. I think he's kind of overrated and kind of sucks.
I do think Undertaker kind of sucks.
I gave him the NWA heavyweight champion.
Dude, I'm so glad that we're now at the point where people have the nostalgia blinders lifted and could just admit that Taker kind of sucked. Like,
I mean, I get how he's important.
Them boys are smoking weed back there. All they want to do is smoke weed and play video games. Fuck them. Like, dude, shut up, you old ass man.
I don't know. I just like.
And then people are so shocked that he's fucking a Trumper, and I'm like, did you not see American Badass Taker like the whole time? Big Evil, like.
People are shocked by that.
Some people are. But
I was more shocked. I was shocked by Batista. I was like, oh. Okay.
Well, he has two moms.
He also has two tribal tattoos. That throws me off.
Yeah, he got one of his tattoos covered up because, like, the guy who did it came out as, like, a homophobe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the classic do not judge a book by its cover.
Wait a second.
You motherfucker. Okay, we're back.
Nice. But yeah, dude, like, fucking... That's another thing I will say. There's less hardcore Republicans in AEW than there is in WWE, which is nice.
I plead the fifth, no comment.
You're a hardcore Republican secretly?
No.
I wish this was video so they could see your face.
No, sir. Never.
Yeah, never. Fuck that. And the problem with that pisses me off so much is it makes people think I'm a Democrat, and I'm like, I don't really fuck with them either. The problem is that one is literally Nazis. Like, I have to pick the other one every time.
I mean, technically, I am a registered Democrat.
Probably.
I don't know why.
I don't know if I'm registered at all.
I don't know. Like, we get stuff in like the mail, and they'll say like, I'm like, oh, don't put that on the goddamn envelope. My fucking Trump-loving neighbors might come over
and what? Steal your mail?
They might. I don't know. Send him to the gulag.
I hope they do. I hope they send my white ass to fucking jail. I want to make them beat the fuck out of me on video. Like, look at this heterosexual, cisgendered, fucking white man getting his ass beat by these cops. It does affect you. Like, I don't know. But can I fucking glaze Swerve Strickland some more?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. He might be as close to what I would say of if you're taking all the fucking, like, attributes to make the perfect wrestler, like, you might just end up making Swerve. Like, he's got the...
I don't know. Have you ever heard of Ricochet?
Dude. Well, that's my thing, is Ricochet is bald, and he sucks, and he's a nerd. But, like, working with Swerve for, what, 2 weeks, and he looks like a fucking star? Like, Swerve is really good at that aspect of the business, of elevating everyone he works with.
Well, you already know that's usually what a good wrestler can do.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people that can't fucking do that. Cody Rhodes.
Whatever. His dad was the dream. He's good.
Dude, Cody doesn't elevate anybody that he's working with. And, like, in my opinion, and I'm just some guy, but, like, Swerve is fucking, he's got the look, the charisma, the entrance, the fucking crowds doing the chants and shit, and he's fucking fire in the ring, and he looks like a star.
Do you think they'll give him a championship? Like a world championship?
AEW already has.
See, that shows you how much I don't pay attention.
Yeah, he was their world champ he beat Samoa Joe in April, maybe 24, I don't know.
Well,
whatever
damn.
Dynasty was. And then he held it till fucking, I want to say Wrestle Dream, he held it till All In London. He held it for like 4 or 5 months. And dropped it to Danielson, so Danielson could have a retirement run. Which, I'm fine with that. Fucking, he's Danielson.
Yeah, I'm straight ignorant to AEW because, I don't like to start paying attention again. It's almost like WWE has, what is it?
Monopolies.
Not monopolies. It has on me. What is it? Where the torture you start falling in love with.
Oh, Stockholm.
I got Stockholm syndrome. I know the only
WWE.
fucking WWE guys. It's just how it goes, brother.
I get it. I don't know. It's because I grew up watching WWE. Actually, you wanna feel old for a second? You know who I grew up watching in WWE?
I love feeling old.
Huh?
I love feeling old.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in the Super Cena era. So, surprise, surprise, I'm not the biggest fucking fan of WWE.
The Ruthless Aggression era, right?
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah.
That's when I first started, because that's when the SmackDown 6 was going.
I didn't watch it then.
Oh, fuck.
That's when it was kind of bad.
No, SmackDown 6 was fire.
Well, not bad. I'm just saying in general it was kind of bad.
No, for sure.
Raw London and all that shit, I'm good.
Well, here's the thing that was so funny about that, is it's like every Thursday SmackDown would come on, and you'd get a banger from one of Rey Mysterio, Edge, Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit.
That's only because
Paul Heyman.
I also taped the shows. So.
Yeah, Paul Heyman was booking that shit. And he was like, what if we just had 6 of the best wrestlers on the planet constantly wrestling? And then on Raw, they were like, what if we just had Triple H do a 30-minute town hall to start the show every fucking night? And surprise, surprise, that's why I grew up watching. Surprise, surprise, I like work rate shit way more than I do, promo stuff. Because SmackDown was all work rate. Just have a banger. Have a fucking banger every night.
They also paid less. They also paid less.
What, on SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. It was the B show.
They did.
It was the B show.
It's because they taped it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you got to be more it's harder. I don't know.
Yeah. The fucking,
I don't think they tape it anymore, but they did then.
No, they don't tape it.
Because
anymore.
I actually saw the first WECW, whatever you want to call it, WWECW, and it was also on a Tuesday, I think, and they were taping that at SmackDown together.
That shit sucked.
That's
when they took ECW.
That might be the last WWE thing I've ever seen.
Well, except for what you're watching now.
I mean, live.
Yeah.
I saw live. That's because I remember that's when Booker T was King Booker.
Oh, shit.
And we were all like, King Booker.
Dude.
And of course...
That's another bag fumble by WWE.
And of course, we were all straight edge, and we had our Pepsi Phil signs.
Yeah. Dude.
Because that was the first time, I think. That might have been one of the first times he showed up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because he started on the ECW brand, ECW.
Yeah. Close. That's not my ECW.
No.
Man, when we had that snow day, I was watching all that shit, and they're just put forks into people's foreheads, and my wife walks in, and she's like, "What in the fuck?" And I'm like, "You gotta go. We just don't get it."
You probably like Moxley in AEW.
I do like Moxley.
Yeah.
When he was Dean Ambrose.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just waiting to get super kicked, alright?
Dean Ambrose is the worst drop-off in names I've ever heard from a wrestler. Like, John Moxley, that dude's a fucking wrestler. Dean Ambrose, I'll call him when I need my taxes done.
John Moxley sounds like he smokes a carton of cigarettes at the gym instead of working out.
Oh, he smokes a carton of cigarettes and drinks a fifth of Jack, and then just somehow gets yoked. Like...
But yeah, that name was bad.
Yeah. Dean Ambrose. I fucking hate the Seth freaking Rollins. I hate that too.
I don't think they do that anymore.
I hope they don't.
Like, it's supposed to
that was so cringy. Like,
I will say that Royal Rumble was pretty solid.
Yeah. Was it? I didn't watch it.
It's okay. I know.
I've seen clips for sure, but
you just need to see that. Oh, Kevin Owens take that.
I did. Yeah, I did see some of those bumps. Those were pretty fucking sick. See, but like AEW will have that on a just random Wednesday, brother. Not too much anymore. They used to.
Gotta let that shit breathe, though. I want it once a week. I mean, once every few weeks.
See, like, if less is more, how much more could more be, David?
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to get super kicked over here already.
No, I'm fucking sweet chin music. I'm gonna tune up the band. Like,
because I think the AEW is good. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Why would I just want one? That sucks.
Yeah,
that was doo-doo. That sucked.
Oh yeah, and if you ask, that's why the tribalism bugs me so much, because if you ask any of the actual wrestlers, they're like, yeah, it's actually a good thing that AEW is like a good company.
I'm gonna let you
in
in
the
a
United
secret.
States.
They all hang out.
Yeah, they all hang out and they all want to get paid the most. And if AEW's not there, WWE can just pay you as little as they want, because where the fuck are you gonna go? You gonna go to an indie? You gonna go make yen in New Japan? Fuck that. Like, but now it's AEW, which, funnily enough, Triple H, I think, said that contracts like Swerve Strickland's that he got when he re-signed with AEW were bad for the business because they were paying him too much.
He's just mad because he's doing better in AEW.
Well, they didn't do shit with him. They fumbled him. Like,
it's because he's black.
Yeah.
Well, I said the loud part too loud, or quiet part too loud.
Well, look at fucking how specifically Triple H handled Booker coming in from WCW.
That still sucks.
He's like, I'm going to be racist and then win the feud. No, like, one, you shouldn't be racist at all. Two, if you are, you're the villain and you need to lose. Like,
yeah, I got Stockholm syndrome. I should not watch WWE, but I just do.
So, like,
I'm an idiot.
Surprise! You're not an idiot, but like, surprise that fucking AEW's handling Swerve better. Like, but Triple H hasn't been. Look, I get it. All the kids are calling him Papa H because he's giving them the bangers or whatever. But like, can we admit that he's not the best at booking foreign fucking talent? Like, he's marginally better than Vince, but anybody could be better than fucking Vince at booking foreigners. But like, Shinsuke Nakamura, current U.S. champion, what's he done since winning the fucking title? Nothing. Has he had any defenses?
You know what? I don't know.
Like,
I don't. We need somebody who's been keeping up for like years.
Yeah.
Because I just started watching again because I was just like, I played the wrestling game. And I was just like, it's kind of sad because that's happened when I was a kid too. It's like, this gets me into it more.
Which, like, Shinsuke, again, another bag fumble from them, because when they signed him, he was
from New Japan.
He was far and away the top dog of New Japan.
Yeah.
And him and AJ both left for WWE at the same time. And like,
of course they gave AJ a push.
Yeah.
He's white.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, like, they were literally feuding in New Japan. You could have just brought that feud and had them work over. And then Shinsuke did feud with AJ, but they were like, you're going to be a heel and you're just going to hit him in the dick. Like, that's it. It's like, dude, like, he's one of the best wrestlers on the fucking planet at that time. Like, but they're not good at booking foreigners. And people will probably talk about, like, how good Penta's looked since he came in, and like, yeah, for now. they'll get tired of him, and he will stop getting pushed. And then he'll just be standing in the background while Rey Mysterio talks, because that's the only foreigner that they seem to have ever pushed in a correct way.
Fucking old.
Yeah. Like, and Penta's so fucking good. And I'm not going to say that AEW used him right. I think he should have had a singles push, but he was always in the tag scene or the trio scene. And, like, that's the other thing. Is people will be like, well, Tony Khan's not a businessman because he just wants all the wrestlers to like him. And I'm like, okay, but for real, when they say, like, I'm not going to, like, Ricky Starks, he is on all the podcasts talking about how Tony wasn't using him, this and that. I'm like, bro, you probably told him that you need to be in the main event, and Tony was like, I'm thinking upper mid card for you. And you said, well, I'm not going to wrestle until you let me out of my contract. And he said,
know, man. I'm just judging from how he looks. Yeah. That dude'd be a jobber if he was in my thing.
Yeah.
He's not interesting.
No.
He looks kind of boring.
He's The Rock without the physical presence of The Rock. Like,
no offense to the dude. Maybe he's a nice dude, but...
Yeah. But he's going on and on about, like, he basically, from what I'm inferring, he told Tony Khan, I'm not going to wrestle until you let me out of my contract so I can go to WWE. And Tony Khan said, okay, then sit on your ass and do nothing for 2 years. Fine. Like,
cool. Well, maybe
I've got you under contract, so...
Maybe you can learn how to be charismatic. He doesn't... I don't know, I didn't really watch it. I just seen something. He doesn't look like he has any charisma.
He got fucking cooked by Edge when he came over to AEW. Sorry, Adam Copeland. But, so from what we have heard from the dirt sheets, the people in the know.
R squared circle.
Yeah. It was a promo thing with Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, Bryan Danielson, and Ricky Starks. And Ricky Starks and Danielson were supposed to have a back and forth, kinda. And then he kind of poked fun at Edge and was like, quit looking at me with your bug eyes. And Edge said, he said, you have, like, no style or something. And Edge said, yeah, and you got your style from who? The Rock? And he's like, you're just a vanilla midget version of. Damn. Which he shouldn't have said that, because that's not really a term you should use anymore. I get it. And then he points at Danielson. He says, talk to him, don't talk to me, kid. And, like, moves over to the corner. And I'm like, so you were told to talk to Danielson, and then you had a comment towards Edge, and then a dude who's been doing this probably longer than you've been alive cooked your ass. And then you're like, I'm not going to wrestle. Adam Copeland was mean to me.
Sounds like a crybaby.
Like, Adam Copeland big timed me. And it's like, dude, he's been wrestling since, like, fucking 89. Like, you thought you were just going to step right into it, and no, he's a veteran. Like, and also, like, if you're feuding with him, yeah, get your fucking digs in, but you're supposed to talk to Danielson. Why are you going to talk about me? Like, I don't know. Some people don't like what Copeland's done in fucking AEW. I think he's been used fine. He's, like, a guy who will have a few good world title matches and probably put over young talent. Like, which you need those in every wrestling promotion. Guys who are a little bit over the hill to take pins from fucking up-and-comers.
Be job legends?
Well, that's what Jericho's going to do.
He needs to.
He's ROH World Champ. He's actually looking a lot better in the last few weeks that I've seen him.
Well, that's good, because he was looking pretty rough.
Yeah, he was looking bad.
He might need to do a little cardio. This has come from a man who needs to do a little cardio.
He's currently in a feud with Bandito, who is an awesome luchador. He's been out with injury for however long. But, like, I saw Jericho come to the ring, and I was like, fuck, he looks like he lost a little weight. Like, he's got a better, like, outfit and, like, kind of gimmick going on. Like, which, say what you will about Jericho, the dude's been wrestling since the fucking 80s. Yeah. Like, he's at least good enough at knowing when to switch, when to pivot the fucking lanes a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure Tony Khan has enough money to get him on the old 2 chicken and broccoli diet. Like,
I think
this looks soft.
I think what Jericho's good for is having the ROH world title, because then you use ROH. They're very clearly trying to get ROH on Max or on TV in some way, and it's much easier to sell Chris Jericho to people that don't know about wrestling, because they know Chris Jericho. But if you're like, oh, Bandito is our world champion right now, they're going to be like, who the fuck is that? Which, love Bandito, he's fantastic. But, I mean, it makes sense to have the title on someone with as much name recognition as Chris Jericho. I thought they were going to do a Samoa Joe Chris Jericho feud.
I got bored and listened to a podcast with Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
He talked about why he switched the Lion Tamer from just like
yeah.
the knee in the back into the
walls of Jericho.
The normal like Boston Crab. It's because when he went to WWE, he was wrestling against more like bigger dudes, and he said it was like harder to put him in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Why didn't my dumbass Jericho? That makes sense.
Jericho has one of the best minds for the fucking business that has ever been there. There's a reason he's been wrestling pretty much full time since like
Still
88.
Still
Trump. His wife was at January 6th. He had a flat earther on his podcast.
Oh man. Well, whatever. His WCW shit. That's.
But no, speaking of ROH, Athena. That woman's fucking incredible.
Are you talking about wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We don't always talk about bullets.
Well, she's beautiful too, but
every woman is beautiful.
That's true. Everyone.
Unless you're.
I'm not saying that as a joke. Like that's 100% true. It's shocking that they put up with us as men. Because I've seen a lot of ugly ass fucking dudes.
And we kind of smell bad. So.
Yeah.
Well, actually, most
of them are stupid, like me. But like women, God love them. But no, she's really good. She's, I think, out with injury right now, so they have an interim women's world champion. But she's held that belt for like 3 fucking years. Like she put ROH on her fucking back and was like, "This is my fucking company," and has just been banger. Like
I just saw recently. I didn't even know this because I wasn't really paying attention back in the day. But the original ROH owner was a pedophile. And
I didn't know that.
And got caught.
Oh shit.
Got caught by what's it called?
Chris Hansen.
That type of thing.
Catch a Predator.
Got caught talking to they were pretending to be a 14-year-old boy.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I did see a girl on Reddit say that one of the biggest reasons she was glad she never got into wrestling school was because she's never been sexually assaulted, and that would probably be different. And like,
goddamn.
Yeah, wrestling school sounds bad for women.
Just body slam each other.
Well, like most of life is bad for women when we really get down to it. But I don't know, man. Like, what else do I have in my head? I started rewatching those Hobbit, Lord of the Rings movies. I think the Hobbit movies, controversial take. I think they're better than Lord of the Rings. Okay, they're not better movies. They're more watchable.
I was just adjusting my seat. Yeah. I wasn't leaving.
They're more watchable than Lord of the Rings.
No, they're fine.
Yeah. They're fun.
You know what?
Listen, Paige described it to me perfectly. She said, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are like 2 D&D campaigns. And Lord of the Rings is level 10 to 20. And The Hobbit is level 1 to 10. And if you fuck with... Because it's smaller scale, they kill 1 dragon. That's it. Like, 1 dragon and 1 big battle after that. Like, versus Lord of the Rings, it's the fate of the world and shit like that. And I like smaller scale stuff. Even when I play D&D, I'm a very small scale guy. So my players hate it. I'm like, actually, you're going to be in this one city the entire time. And it's about the political machinations of different groups. And they're like, I just want to go in a dungeon. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to build dungeons, so... Weird spot we're in, huh?
Those one dudes still play D&D at work.
Who?
Or at
work. Those guys? Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, we were working over and I turned the corner. I was like, oh, fuck. And they're just over there like...
Yeah.
rolling their dice. And I'm just like... Well,
I did not like their style of game. Because they're very much that, like, epic high magic bullshit. And, like... I like Game of Thrones. That's what I like in fantasy. And so if it, which I've never been so rude as to do it, but if it were up to me, everyone at my table would play a human fighter or rogue. That's it. No magic. I'm not doing it.
All
I
right,
hate magic.
We're playing grounded D&D.
Not grounded. I just want, like... I'm so much more interested in stories where magic is not readily available to everybody, and there's a few people that can use it, and maybe those people are dicks. That's why I like the First Law so much. Shout out Joe Abercrombie. If you hear this, I want a pre-scan of the Devils. I'll give a... Listen, it could be dog shit, Joe, and I would sell this to all fucking 2 of my listeners, alright? One of them being me, okay? Don't worry about that. This is how you do numbers. You won't hit the best-selling list without me, Joe. I promise. I just want to read The Devil so bad.
Oh, man. And I'm not going to say the dude's name, but he walked up and he's like, did Eli quit or something? Because he just, like, straight up just said, I'm not playing D&D with you guys anymore, and just left the group. And I was like, I don't know.
Oh, well, like, I told him, I was like, my schedule's going to be so fucked up. My new job, my schedule, how it works.
You seemed heartbroken.
Is 1 week I'm on days, and then the next week I'm on evenings, and then the next week I'm on nights, and then the next week I'm on days, and then evenings, nights, whatever, and then, well, no, it's evenings, days, then nights, and then the week between days and nights, my days off shift one over. So, like, if it's Saturday and Sunday for a month, which it has been, it'll now be Friday and Saturday for the next month.
For a month?
Roughly, yeah.
That's kind of...
They map the whole schedule out for the whole year. So I'll give them that. You know exactly when you're going to be working. But, like, dude, in 2 months it's going to be I'm not off on fucking Saturdays, and that's when you guys play. Like, so why would I just...
bow out?
I'd bow out. Yeah, like... And, like, it sucks. We'll probably have to figure out some type of Zoom call situation for this. But my wife's laptop is right there, so we can figure it out.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But
you'll have to wake up before work.
It's been really hard.
Because, like, my days off will be, like, maybe a Wednesday and Thursday.
It's been really... I think it's the winter, but, dude, I've been struggling to get the fuck up early. Like, just to get up, like, it's like 30 minutes before I have to go in. I'm like, I guess I should get up.
Pause this.
Pausing for some reason. Back. Somebody had to take a piss break.
It's all my NA beers, dude.
And I'm not editing it.
That's fine.
This
that's
is
the real, raw, uncut.
Raw. It's raw. If he's still here.
I mentioned the First Law. Have I ever told you about that series?
No.
You should listen to it. It's books, but, like, the audiobooks are very good. Very engaging. The best way I can describe it is, like, imagine Lord of the Rings, but if all those characters were cunts. Like, Gandalf, just the absolute most horrific cunt you've ever met. And it's all humans. There's no, like, elves or dwarves or anything. It's very low magic, but, like, the what if Gandalf was a cunt question is at the core of this series, and it's amazing. The first 3, there's 9 books. They're in, like, 3 kind of loose trilogies. With, like, I want to say there's, like, a 25-year gap between the first trilogy and the, like, third one. It's like a lot of legacy characters, like children of characters from the first books and stuff like that. They're very, very good, David. That series will probably be whichever studio gets its hands on it and does it with the care and effort that the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones did it, that will be what replaces that. Like, because every studio has been looking for its Game of Thrones ever since Game of Thrones came out. Like their fantasy big thing. Amazon's has Rings of Power and Wheel of Time. Fucking Netflix had The Witcher. Like everyone is trying to get the new Game of Thrones. And I promise you, the First Law done right would be the new Game of Thrones. Like, almost to a point. Okay, you've seen the show Game of Thrones, right?
Yes.
Have you read the books?
Somewhat.
Okay, that's fine. So, you remember in season 2, Tyrion's storyline is that he's holding King's Landing while Stannis attacks them. So, the whole thing is this individual that was born with like a birth defect or is in some type of way has to defend a city of people who fucking hate them. And, like, it's a thankless job at the end of it. So the second book, there's a character in the First Law named Sandan Glokta. He is this war veteran. He has this horribly wounded leg. Uses a cane to walk. He's missing a lot of teeth. He was like a POW type of situation. And he has to hold this city called Dagaska. It's under siege. And so essentially, Tyrion's second book is about a dwarf holding a city for people that hate him. And Glokta's second book is about a cripple holding a city for people that hate him. But it's even more that they hate him because, like, the Union is the kind of political faction he's involved in. They're occupying that city. So it's already that they've occupied that city and someone's trying to take it from them. So it's like the common people that live there are like, fuck you, dog. Like, I hate your ass. Like, you literally imperialized us. And Glokta's like, well, it's the job. Like, I just obey orders, whatever. Like, very, very good books. Glokta's internal dialogue might be some of the best I've ever heard. And the audiobook narrator does, like, this very immersive thing where Glokta, he's missing, I want to say his 4 front teeth on the top, and then he has like all the molars and canines, and then on the bottom he only has the 4 front teeth and is missing the molars and canines. So he's missing a fuckload of teeth.
All right then.
Because they pulled him out while he was a POW.
Goddamn.
So when he talks, he has this insane lisp. But when he's thinking in his head, he doesn't, because he doesn't hear his own voice with a lisp.
Oh, okay.
It's just this tiny immersive detail I never would have thought of. And it does so much to make you just feel like you're fucking there, like listening to his thoughts. Very, very good series of books. And will probably be an incredible TV show at some point.
Hopefully.
It's probably a cap.
Speaking of immersive.
Yeah.
I bought a VR headset.
How quickly were you on the hub?
You know what? I've not even done that because...
I'm shocked. I thought that was the first thing people did when they got a VR headset.
No. What I did is I actually
hog cranking.
I don't know if I want to crank my hog with that thing because, unfortunately,
You'll get caught.
The cheapest one on top of that, too, yeah. Well, it has mixed reality. I can see his past.
Okay, hopefully.
But, like, I guess if you want it, like, full. But, like, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be cranking my hog in front of that thing because the cheapest one is the Oculus Quest 3, which Oculus is owned by Meta. So I don't want to see old Cuck Zuckerberg. I don't want him to see me cranking my hog.
He already has.
Well, since you've already said that,
if you have Instagram
all
on your
right,
phone,
yeah, I might as well just go ahead and...
Not right now, David.
Oh, I'll have my VR headset on. But no. Been pretty...
Is it fun?
I played Wolfenstein cyber pilot. You know, you remember like the big dog things?
Yeah.
Pilot one of those and you kill Nazis.
That's fun.
It's pretty
Are you
tough.
practicing?
Yeah.
I downloaded the Wolfenstein Alt History collection because it was on sale and I needed to practice.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that work in.
Yeah, I gotta get my trigger discipline.
Well, you know, I've not looked at VR porn, but what I've actually done is roller coaster stuff.
I bet that probably is.
Actually, it is like it
feels like you're on it.
Pretty much. Like my wife was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because on the couch when I was doing it, I was like, "Whoa, shit."
You're gonna be one of those dads that runs into the TV, dude. Like,
no, I was getting ready to say the first night I had it because it came with the new Arkham Batman Shadow.
Oh yeah.
Where it's basically straight from an Arkham game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I punched. I think it was my wall, but like my index finger was bleeding and it was swollen. My wife thought I broke my finger. So literally the first night I played with it, I punched something.
Yeah, you're gonna end up walking off a cliff or something.
But like. Yeah, I need to find like a bigger like space somehow, but like
set it up in the basement.
I still end up punching something down there.
It'd be concrete too, so that way.
Man, I'd fucking hurt. I thought about maybe taking it outside, but you can actually damage the lens with the sun.
That and people would see you, which is.
I don't care. I'm just gonna go to work with it on. It's got pass through. I can still work.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I'll just have YouTube. What's funny is you can have like YouTube right here and you can like see like Ashley's watching something boring. I was just like, just gonna watch YouTube right here. And I like literally put it like right next to the TV. And I was like, yeah, I'm paying attention. But like,
so how close are you to never leaving your house because you can just hop on the metaverse?
Actually, I don't use it as much as you'd think because when I get off work, it takes work to put all that shit on.
Yeah.
I already knew that. I was just like, but like, what's cool about it? I don't know if you've ever looked into it. It's standalone. I could have brought it over and we could have played games on it. They have like their own store. But I can still hook it up to my computer and play PC games. So I was just like, all right, you got me, Zuck. Fucking asshole, fascist motherfucker. Take my money.
Little piece of shit. I'd shit down his mouth if I had the opportunity.
Oh yeah. But like. What's cool is I didn't make a fucking Facebook account. I don't think you need one now. You just make...
Yeah. I only have Instagram now. I got rid of TikTok. I got rid of Facebook.
You got rid of TikTok?
Yeah. Did you not see the fucking ring kissing they were doing?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that might even be in our first episode we were talking about that. Man,
I actually reinstalled it on that iPhone because I had to pass time at work.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'm a part of the problem, too. I have a memory as a goldfish. I also still didn't vote for Trump.
Yeah, fuck, I didn't vote for that motherfucker. Who voted for Elon Musk? Can we question that? No one voted for him.
I guess these people driving those Teslas.
And he seems to fucking just have completely unlimited access to everything.
He's probably already listening to this.
He probably is. Suck my fucking dick, dude.
Your hair plugs suck.
Go have a 14th kid through fucking IVF, you piece of shit. Do you know how many kids he has?
Does he really have that many?
He has 13. And it's definitely through like IVF and some type of fucked up gene splitting because he has 2 sets of twins and a set of triplets. Which like, just naturally that doesn't happen. So, he's doing some type of weird IVF gene fuckery. Which, should we be fucking shocked that the fucking white guy from South Africa, whose parents made a bunch of money at apartheid, has some crazy opinions about race and, like, genes and genetics?
Trying to say they're getting ready to try to bring back old eugenics.
Yeah. Fucking. Did you see that they took the trans part off of the Stonewall Monument?
I'm shocked.
Which is fucking crazy because I think it's Marsha Jackson is literally a trans woman who started the fucking Stonewall riots. Like, by throwing a brick at a cop's head, which, oh my god.
Cool.
I love you. Like, that's amazing. But yeah, it literally says LGB.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, how many letters of these are they going to remove before you realize they want all of you gone? Like,
dude, I haven't really looked into it.
And
I bet you there is some trans people voted for Trump.
That and the fucking, like, just the complete and total abandonment of, like, trans people. Like,
oh yeah,
it's fucking crazy to me because I'm like, dude, like, they've literally been part of the acronym the entire time the acronym has fucking been here. Like, and trans people have been around way before the United States was around, and they'll be here way longer after we collapse into balkanization and fucking Great Khan Pritzker takes over the Midwest. Like,
I'm stressed out already.
oh, sorry, brother.
No,
I just had to do it.
I'm not stressed out.
Well, like, and, like, reports are coming out where people are like, blue states are literally funding this entire shithole of a country.
Well, no shit, it's been that way.
Well, listen, we were too nice during fucking Reconstruction. We could have fixed this goddamn country with a few steps after the Civil War. One, first and fucking foremost, if you live south of the Mason-Dixon line, you do not get to own a firearm. That's simple. Because the last time you owned them, you started a war. So,
but you're taking away their rights.
Then they shouldn't have started a war against the United
States.
States.
I'll say right now, a lot of those people that have those guns, and because just in case they have to rise up against the government.
Yeah,
sure are fucking taking a nap right now.
They're also not rising up off the fucking couch.
Sure are taking a nap.
Yeah, and so first and foremost, before banning firearms south of the Mason-Dixon, actually pay the reparations to black people. I think it was proposed 40 acres and a mule. Actually give that to every fucking person that suffered under slavery. Because now, with the fucking rate of inflation, you can't even... What would 40 acres and a mule cost today with, like, the way inflation has worked and everything like that? You literally can't pay those reparations back. You should have paid them when you could and just given them 40 acres and a mule like you said you would. But now we need to pay reparations in some other way, and we need to figure out what it is so that they actually get it.
So you're trying to tell me the government doesn't have money?
No, the government doesn't.
I'll say money's made up. They can print that shit anytime they need.
Well, like, just pay reparations to black people, for the love of God. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about that. Like,
I mean, is it really?
Huh?
It is hard.
It's hard to understand that?
I mean, I can't explain it.
Or is it hard to pay the reparations because you need to figure out what the... Like,
you know why they're not going to pay them.
Oh, I know.
That's what
okay.
I mean.
Oh, okay.
You know why it's hard.
Yeah.
Because they're not
They
white.
don't want to. Like, and they're not white. But to fix this country, we should have paid reparations to black people. And then no firearms south of the Mason-Dixon line. And also, I don't think you get to vote either. Simply put, you didn't want to be in this country. And now we're going to occupy you.
I'm going to throw down the gauntlet now. Modern times, if you didn't graduate high school, you don't get to... There we go. Republican Party's going to struggle now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was also so funny to me because I had a lot of family that were on the South will rise again type bullshit. And, like, they're so not worried about you rising again. They let you keep all your guns after the Civil War. They said, do something, pussy. I dare you. I dare you to try it another time. We kicked the shit out of you once. Like, anyways, fuck all those red states in the South that are just taking all of my money. Actually, no, I don't even think that, because I think people that need social welfare should get it. I'll be the bigger person there. But, like, you act like, oh, they're just taking my money and giving it to people that don't want to work. No, they're taking my money and giving it to you. Because I live in a glorious blue Midwest state.
Yeah, that's been known for a while. I tried to explain that to my dad, and he's just like, Turns out my dad didn't even vote for Trump. He said he actually hates him. And I was just like, well, I'm glad you have some.
Who do you vote for?
Probably didn't even vote, to be honest. So he might as well just vote.
Yeah, might as well just vote for
But he
Trump.
probably didn't vote.
Huh?
He probably didn't vote.
Yeah.
He didn't ever really vote when I was a kid. He was...
It's annoying, man. Like, fucking...
And people just don't pay attention. I think it is what they want, like you said.
Yeah.
Like there's people who are just like, oh, there's people still at WW, whatever.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't, but still like, man, I hope he really doesn't, he doesn't tax overtime. I'm just like, oh my god, it's not.
There's not going to be any overtime.
I don't even say anything anymore. I just sit
literally there. And what I think is so funny is for all these people like Trent at the tech place. He said, well, Trump doesn't know anything about Project 2025. He said that. And I'm like, okay. And then I've left before, like, we're seeing all of this shit start to roll in.
They don't even know it's happening.
But I'm like, Trent, they're doing page by page by page the exact play line of Project 2025. So, like, if he really didn't know anything about it, are they just handing him executive orders to sign, and he's just signing them? Actually, that is what's happening.
Yeah, it is.
Because you can hear him on video going, what's this one for? And, like, fucking signing it.
Yeah, he's such a dumbass.
He's such a fucking piece of shit. And, like, he banned the Associated Press from the White House because they refused to call it the Gulf of America. The Associated Press, who reported on Lincoln's assassination. But yeah, it's about freedom of speech. The Republicans, they're the only ones. The Democrats, they don't want you to say stuff. Yeah, they don't want you to say fucking racial slurs. Like, why do you need to say it that bad? It's because you're racist.
Yep.
But I digress. Like, they're real quiet now when they're like, oh, it's about freedoms, and it's like, but actually you have to say it exactly. You have to call it the Gulf of America, or you're not coming to the White House.
Cool. I don't want to go anywhere.
I don't either. It's the fucking Gulf of Mexico. Are you stupid? It has more coastline with Mexico than anywhere else on the fucking planet.
It's called I don't fucking know. It's called a Gulf of Water.
Who cares?
Who cares? I don't care. I don't care what the. I don't know. This is. But I'm just tired of it at work. Like, Big Jim keeps like, man, Trump, he's a gang. He keeps saying, I'm like, are you not paying attention, dude? Did you?
Yeah.
Like, I even said, I was like, I'm white and I'm more worried. You guys should be fucking scared shitless. Mm-hmm. Most of you are not white.
Nah.
They just don't think anything's going to happen to them.
They won't. Till it does. That's what I was talking about. How many fucking letters do they need to remove off this acronym before you realize they also don't want you? Like, they started with T. Next up's B, which fucking the LGBT community does whatever they can to erase fucking bisexual people. Well, like, again, heterosexual white guy. Grain of salt with what I say. But my wife is a bisexual woman. She's with me, a man. And it feels like they just negate her experience as a bisexual woman because they're like, oh, you're with a man. And it's like, no, she's still bisexual.
I've heard, I've read stuff like they don't like.
Yeah, well, because it's a heteronormative. It's a heteronormative relationship, but it's like, dude, she's still bisexual and lived her whole life as bisexual. Like, okay, whatever, you got it.
I don't know, but like, I don't even say anything at work because I'm just like, well,
it's not
for one, I don't have anybody back me up. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I'm not even, because like,
it's not worth arguing because they actually need to. They need to have the critical thinking to understand when they're wrong, and they don't. Like,
and like the day after the Super Bowl, they were like, Nick and them were like sitting there, and I was like, that was like the worst Super Bowl hang time ever. Or, hang time. Come on, brain. Halftime. That was the worst one ever. And I'm like, and he goes, man, I even seen people online that said they were fans, dude, energy drinks wearing off, fans of Kendrick, saying it was terrible. And I was like, where the fuck did you see this?
You didn't see that.
It's just you and your fucking dumbass racist friends on Discord.
Yeah, I have a thing about the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's everybody thinks that the most recent one is the worst one, and it's like, it's usually Gen Xers that are saying shit like that, and I'm like, isn't it shocking that your favorite Super Bowl halftime shows happened when you were 18 to 26 and listening to the top 40 more often than any other time in your life? Crazy. I think you just don't know the top 40, and you're like, I don't know it, so it must be bad.
Well, it's
like,
not fucking beer, fucking pickup trucks.
Well, that,
blue
like,
jeans.
it's not fucking... And, like, you don't understand, like, the cultural fucking, like, touchstone that all those Drake disses were. Like, that shit blew up the fucking internet. People that didn't listen to rap were like, so Kendrick and Drake are beefing? And he just called them a pedophile? Like, and I loved the halftime show. That's actually all I watched.
I mean,
it was streaming on...
This is weird. I didn't even say anything to that. I wanted to say something. It was like, I'm not even worth it. Because I was like, where did you see this at? I didn't see that anywhere online.
Yeah.
Nobody said that. You guys were just...
You're making shit up.
You guys just like... For one, you like shitty music. Because I remember one time I was sitting there... It's like when I first started and they were talking about... Disturbed covered...
Sound of Silence?
Yeah, and they were like... Yeah, it's so much better than the original. The original sucks.
Are you fucking serious?
I was like...
Don't you ever bring any Simon and Garfunkel hate into my fucking sphere.
Yeah, dude.
And also, like, that song fucking sucks, the cover. Because what about this quiet, depressing Sound of Silence? And then, to the neon god they made. Like, just completely ruin it. Like, do it in the opposite way. Shut the fuck up. I'll give you credit. David Draymond's got some fucking pipes. He can sing. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I will.
But, like, that's so tonally opposite of what this song is supposed to be.
It's fucking Disturbed. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm old and I gatekeep.
They saw
like,
it.
I even explained to my wife because she's like, I kind of like this song. I was like, you just don't get it. I don't give a fuck if they're the most talented thing ever. It's Disturbed. Fuck them.
Mommy, please no!
Like, you just don't get it. They're like the whole, I don't know.
Like,
It's just butt rock.
They used that song in a trailer for a World War II movie that I saw recently, and I was like, this is tone deaf as fuck, dude. Like,
oh, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, speaking of movies, I saw this movie, One of Them Days, with Keke Palmer and SZA, directed by Issa Rae, I think. Fucking good-ass movie, dude. You gotta check that out. Like, modern-day Friday type shit.
Okay.
Like... it's about two girls who need to get their rent money by the end of the fucking night, and like their kind of wacky adventure that they go on. There's sisterhood, there's romance, there's some thrills, there's laughs, dude. It's fucking awesome. I was really shocked that SZA was that good of an actress, like just fresh out the fucking gate, because she's a singer to me.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I first was getting into SZA, I was wishing that my relationship with my wife was worse so I could relate to the music better.
All right.
Dude, I was doing that with The Weeknd that came out recently.
You can do that with you can just think about old shit.
Yeah, he has a song called Cry For Me. And it's like, 'cause I cried for you every night with you. Take it easy on me, baby, saw my life with you. And I'm just like, man, I wish my wife would leave me so this song would, like, hit hard.
Put yourself in his shoes, baby.
It's a good fucking track. I do like The Weeknd. Music Roundup, that's probably the album of the year at this point.
Damn, I can't even...
It's only fucking February.
Man, even when I was younger, I didn't keep up with, like, mainstream shit. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's it. Disturbed was, like, mainstream.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't fuck with that shit.
Some of that mainstream shit's good, though. You tell me you don't fuck with Starboy at all?
I can't even name you a fucking song. I'm at that age.
By The Weeknd?
No.
Not even one.
Oh, I can name you Weeknd songs when I hear them.
When you hear them, you're like, that's falsetto and slightly Michael Jackson-esque. That's probably him.
He's the one that did the...
He did the 50 Shades of Grey song.
Oh, fuck. That's a Bruno...
Girl, you were
I was just thinking, I was like, he did that one song. I was like, oh, wait, that's Bruno Mars. Wrong Michael Jackson guy.
Oh, man. Fucking... Oh, trying to think of if there's been anything else. Ran down the news. I heard Avowed is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I like Obsidian games.
Yeah, they're pretty alright.
I've been really... I have so many games I've started and never finished.
Yeah.
The story of my life.
Did you hear about the Luka Doncic trade?
The what?
In basketball. The
Dog.
Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis and some stuff. What's a way I could explain this to you in a way that you would get? This would be like trading peak TNA AJ Styles to WWE for like 2014 Taker.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have used like 90s basketball references because I watched basketball then.
This would be like trading Michael Jordan before he won the rings, but was still very clearly very good, for like Larry Bird after he fucked up his back.
Thank you. That's good. All right.
Like, just baffling. Like, why would you do that?
Man. So I'm sure they were talking about it at work. A lot of times I tune out.
You're one of those guys. Are at least you're not one of those sports ball people. I fucking hate that shit. Get out of your own ass.
Did they hit a home run at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that type of shit.
Dude,
Shut the fuck up.
It's a touchdown. Get out of here, dork. I knew a dude like that.
It's so annoying because it's like, dude, just let people have some fucking fun, for the love of God. And also, like, get out your own ass. Like, I don't care if you don't like sports. That's fine. I don't even love sports. I stay current enough so that I have enough shit to deflect political conversation.
Oh yeah,
at
you
work.
definitely need it at your new job.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I've not heard any pro-Trump shit. You got to think they're fucking strong union.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice if they were some common sense.
Well, I did hear one guy talking about it, and they were talking about how they gutted like all those federal stuff. And one of the old timers was like, yeah, but all I think about is like all those jobs they're getting rid of, which like that sucks. It's never good to get rid of jobs.
Damn.
And I'm like, that's all I've heard politically. I'm sure there are some fucking crazy, just nut riding Trumpers out there. And like, but that's the only thing I've heard. And I'm like, that's actually not even a very nuanced take. It's correct. Like, getting rid of jobs is bad for the economy because now those people will not spend money.
One of my friends works basically for the government, and they're trying. Mm-hmm. He works from home. He's not happy.
If it was me, brother, you'd have to drag me out on video and beat the shit out of me as a heterosexual white man.
If you wear a Trump shirt.
Yeah. I voted for you.
That's going to happen. It's already happened. It's like, what happened? Why is my egg still expensive?
Because of the bird flu, you fucking dumbass.
What's the bird flu? I've never heard of that.
Listen, so RFK's got that worm in his brain, right? Supposedly. You ever think about how he has some pro-worm policies? He's like, we gotta stop spraying pesticides on the fucking the vegetables, and it's like that's what a worm would say.
He's trying to back his crew.
Yeah, it's
stop killing them.
Yeah, it's he has some pro-worm policies that is crazy.
He should just take after his uncle and father.
Yeah.
And yes, get shot. That's what I mean.
The CIA should kill him. And that's my other thing is people are like, well, Trump's releasing the JFK and RFK assassination files. And it's like, okay, blind squirrels find nuts sometimes too. Like, congratulations. Like,
we don't need that. We already know.
Like it's that fucking Onion article that like, it's like heartbreaking. The worst person you know made a good point. Like, okay, he fucking shotgun blasted at a wall of ideas and one of them was fine. Like, not even good. Just
broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Like, fuck this dude. He's so fucking stupid. Did you see that fucking press conference where Musk is answering all the questions?
No, because like I said, I've been stressed out, and then I go run and tell Ashley, and she freaks out, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta tell someone.
It's
nobody
wild.
at work's gonna understand because they think I'm fucking worry about nothing.
All we can do is hope that there are fair elections in 2026 and that the Republicans have fucked it so bad that some Democrats win. Versus, that's not a big help for our state because I'll eat my fucking hat if a Republican wins in goddamn Illinois. Like, even as close, Trump had this massive popularity fucking spike on this election, and he still lost Illinois by like fucking 10 points. Like,
more like fucking Chillinois, that's what I'm saying.
Chillinois, baby. Midwest blue.
Everybody. Come live in St. Louis in the city. Nope. Yeah. I'm good. Chillinois.
Everyone here in southern Illinois, I'll geographic tag us. We're in the St. Louis metropolitan area. On the Illinois side. And everyone here in southern Illinois is like, I can't wait to get out of Illinois. I just want to live in Missouri. Go.
Really?
Right now.
I haven't met too many people that say that anymore.
They're Republicans.
Well, I'm talking about like younger people that want to live in the city. I get that, but I live close enough.
Most of the people I know, they don't want to live in the city. They want to live in like rural Missouri. And it's like, go.
There's rural parts here.
And like the rural parts here have better roads and schools and libraries and like every single fact of life is better. They don't give a fuck about that. But like, dude, you pay taxes for it already. You may as well use the goddamn library.
I mean, you know from like experience, just being smart gets you made fun of.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what? They said the reason he's winning this trivia game is because he reads so many books.
Did they used to have it at Walgreens? I was using some kind of words.
Yeah.
And so I was like using those college words. So I'm just like, I'm not even, dude, I'm dumb. I've
never stepped foot in a college except to pick my...
People can listen to this podcast and
I've never stepped foot on a college campus except to pick up my wife so we could smoke cigarettes and drink beers in parking lots, dude. Like...
Yep, me either. Barely graduated high school, so...
Fuck.
I didn't even... High school sucks.
Speaking of this, we were talking about high school, and I realized a reason I'm fucking stupid. My high school requires less credits to graduate than any other high school I've ever heard of. So, like, here, I think they're saying it's something like 20 credits to graduate. I don't even remember. It's like 20 credits to graduate in Madison right now, I think. Which, Madison is a pretty easy school to graduate from. So, you're looking at roughly anywhere from 18 to 22 credits to graduate high school in Illinois. I think I needed 15, dog. Like, which... There's a reason we're all fucking stupid where I'm from because you don't have a good public education system.
That's because of certain parties defunded it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what party that is.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh my god, it's so fucking crazy to me that anyone with a fucking working brain can think a Republican's alright. I need to talk to my fucking family about this. But like my mom gets all fucking... She gets all, like, tensed up when you start talking politics. And I think it's because she could tell she's fucking wrong. But, like, I want to ask her, like, so what do you feel about Elon Musk? You didn't vote for him. You probably voted for Trump. Although she may have had a last-minute change of heart, voted for Kamala. I don't know. But, like, and for what? For why? For cheap eggs? For cheap blah, blah, blah?
And like, he did none of that.
Mm-hmm. For none of it. And you, or, like... Her big complaint about Kamala was she's always going, I have a plan, and then not telling us what the plan is. And I'm like, the $6,000 first-time child credit, and then first-time home buyer credits on taxes, and then like making price gouging illegal. And she was like, well, if you control the market like that, that's communism. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. I'm sorry, Mom, I love you. But it's complicated because I love you, but you are a dumb bitch. Like
my mom was the same way. You couldn't tell her anything.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. And I want to ask her because I'm like, she's pro-choice.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But I mean, Missouri passed a pro-choice fucking mandate, dude, and then Trump won like crazy there, and it's like,
well, that's why they legalized weed and.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, so you want democratic policies, you just don't want democratic politicians.
Because they've been, I can't think of the word.
Brainwashed. Stockholm syndrome.
Something. Because, yeah, there's times like somebody from work.
Or like a $15 minimum wage.
That rhymes with dill.
Yeah.
They'll agree with me with a bunch of shit. You're like, yeah, and it's just, I know.
Yeah.
Or he didn't vote.
Yeah, but he strikes me as someone that didn't vote.
Yeah.
Is he a felon? He might not be able to vote. I don't know if he's a felon.
I don't
He looks like he could be. Let's be fair to him.
Looks like a member of Crowbar.
He looks like he could be a felon. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he wasn't allowed to vote. But, like, it's crazy because Democratic policies will pass every time they're on the board. But then Democrats won't win. It's like, are y'all stupid? And that, unfortunately, is the case. They're fucking stupid.
I always get grilled when I say it. I'm like, everybody's just really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, my wife, mm-hmm. She's always like, you think you're smarter? You're putting yourself on a pedestal? I was like, no, I'm dumb as fuck. That's why we're fucked, because I'm dumb.
I'm dumb as hell, and I'm smarter than a bunch of people, dude.
That's the point. That's what I'm sitting there like, peasants, fucking dunces over here. No, I'm fucking stupid. I can...
dumb as shit.
God, I can't even do basic math. I was sitting there messing with my computer and it had like the gigabytes from this hard drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck this means. They're numbers. I was like, I wish. Now I was gonna ask my wife, and I was like, wait, she's not good at numbers either. I was like, man, sure wish somebody was good at numbers and math in this motherfucker.
Oh, shit's fucking crazy, dude. Like, I can't even imagine. I can't even put myself being in the shoes of being that fucking stupid. I read enough books. And that's the thing is, I don't even read fucking nonfiction. You look at my Storygraph right now, which is shameless plug for Storygraph. I would love to get sponsored.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us, Storygraph, please. I have a 100% fiction rating of all the books I've read on here. I don't read nonfiction. I don't fucking like it.
Neither does my wife.
I think it sucks. It's not Game of Thrones.
Well, buddy, we're living.
And when you play the Game of Thrones, you either win or you die, David. Well, we're about to live fucking Game of Thrones if the fucking tech companies get to break us apart into fiefs like they want. Like, where all us serfs will continue working to keep them moving and making their number get bigger.
Oh, man, I can't wait to pick corn so I can get a fucking Quest 4.
That's all they'll pay you in, is Quest 4s.
Oh, no, like what they used to do in the cold.
Yeah.
You can only go to these stores with...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, company stores.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I don't get it. Why does everybody want everything to be like...
Fuck, Walgreens was half-ass company store, dude. You ever think about that? Dude, I'll remember when I was working at Walgreens and I won some drawing or whatever. And they gave me a fucking gift card to Walgreens. And I was like, I thought you said you were going to give me $50. And they were like, we did. It's a $50 gift card. It was Karen in HR. And I said, but I can only spend it at Walgreens. And they were like, but it's $50. And I said, Karen, you've given me a fucking loan. You're not even, like, I don't even get to keep this $50. You literally gave me money to spend at your business. And she was like, no. I fucking threw it at her. I was like, I don't want this shit. I somehow didn't get fired for that, which is crazy.
Yeah. What's funny is I never went to Walgreens before I worked at Walgreens. I guess we'll say we worked there.
Yeah. Well, that company's going to be CVS in 2 years anyways, so.
Yeah, about to be monopolized, or fucking Amazon. Amazon's fucking doing pharmacy now.
Yeah.
Like, do they need to do everything? I guess so. That's how monopolies
That's
work.
how he's going to make his number bigger.
But I never went there until I started getting an employee discount, and as soon as it stopped,
That stopped going. Dude,
it kept going for a while.
They kept it for a while after we got laid off, dude.
Like almost a year.
Did you go to the meeting where they announced they were doing the layoff?
Yeah, when they fucking had security there.
And Edwardsville PD, dude, that was so funny because I was rolling into work and I was like, business has been slow the last few months. I'm betting that they're going to get rid of the weekend shifts, but absorb like probably the top 10, 20% of people, right? And I was like, so I'll be fine, whatever. And I get there and I turn in the parking lot and I can see there are cars all the way back. I was like, fuck, there's a lot of people here. And I came into the parking lot a little bit further and I saw Edwardsville PD and I was like, oh, we're getting fired. Like, there's no way this works out good for us.
Yep.
It was so funny. We worked with this kid named Ashton, and this was the dumbest kid I've ever met in my life, dude. Sweet, but dumb. And an example of how dumb this kid was. He told me he was doing dabs in the bathroom, like a fucking weed. And he said, but I'm so worried that I'm going to get caught. That's what he talked like. And I was like, I'm thinking he's talking to like a pen or whatever, cart. And I'm like, okay, like how are you going to get caught doing dabs in the bathroom? He goes, they can hear the torch. And I said, Ashton, you brought a whole dab rig into work. And I was like, what bathroom are you doing it in? And he goes, the one up front. And I was like, by security?
Why the... What?
Why would you do it in the employee one?
You might as well just had a fucking sign on it that said, fire me.
Yeah. He also... he was fucking clocking in one day. I was like, Ashton, you look upset. What's up? And he goes, they told me my job is on the line. And I said, oh, fuck, why is it on the line? He goes, because I've been late too many times. And I said, Ashton, why are you late? And he goes, sometimes it takes me a while to get here.
All right, man. Well,
I said, yo, did you say that to them? And he was like, I thought honesty's the best policy. And I was like, dude, no.
That's not even a... And guess what?
So dumb.
That person gets the vote.
Anyways, that meeting, it was on a Thursday, and I was working weekend nights, so we did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we come in Friday, and Ashton is looking around. Everyone's in a mood. And he goes, why is everyone so pissed off today? And our friend Natalie was like, Ashton, like, they're fucking firing us. Everyone's losing their jobs. And he goes, what? He goes, wait, I'm losing my job? And she was like, everyone is losing their jobs. And he goes, what about Matt? He's a lead. And we're like, no, it's everyone.
Everybody's getting laid off, big dog. Place is getting shut the fuck down.
Kid was so stupid. I loved him. Like, he was so funny.
Wonder where he works now. Probably world, blah, blah, blah.
A lot of motherfuckers went there from Walgreens.
But, yeah, I don't know, man.
Walgreens, I thought it was an alright job. It wasn't perfect, but fucking...
I got paid more there.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I get paid more at my new job.
Yeah, we know that.
But my schedule sucks.
That's a trade-off.
Yeah. I still can't work overtime yet. That will be probably not next week, but the week after. I'll start working overtime, and then I'll really have money. And I'm gonna fix my life.
So everybody, we're gonna rob Eli.
don't rob me, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I'm midway through a Game of Thrones rewatch. I say midway, I'm like in the beginning of season 2. Shit's good. I'm waiting for it to fall off like it did.
You already know it's gonna happen.
I know.
Do you think it's gonna change? Just like
I hope. I'm like, maybe they'll adapt Feast for Crows and Dance with Dragons this time. And they didn't.
No. Here's some boobies though.
Way too much. Like, and I'm not a prude, and it's too much. Like,
oh, okay, well.
I think specifically of that scene where it starts with Theon fucking that girl on the ship, and then it cuts to Littlefinger at the brothel, and he's like, someone's looking through a peephole at these two girls eating each other out, and then it cuts to him, and he's getting his fucking dick sucked, and then it cuts to Littlefinger looking through another peephole, and I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, at all?
Horny.
Except
Sex
to
sells.
establish they're in a fucking brothel, I get it.
Sex sells, I guess. Well, I mean, no guessing it does.
Yeah.
But
I love those books, but some of them get a little rough when you think about, like, Daenerys is 13, and the way George R.R. Martin describes her is crazy.
I mean, look at him.
He's a horny old man that was born in the 40s. Exactly. Like, we should be shocked he's not Republican. Like, which he's not. He fucking hates Donald Trump. And Game of Thrones is all about climate change when you really get down to it.
You mean that shit they made up?
Yeah, fucking George is an old hippie from the 70s that wrote a fantasy series about how a group of people who are very close to the problem and understand what is happening tell everyone around them, we need help, this is going to be bad, and then no one listens to them, and then the world ends. Almost like scientists in climate change, but if you replace scientists with the Night's Watch and climate change with the White Walkers.
I don't like you.
That's my favorite thing about
the
a
White
lot
Walkers.
of
White Walkers are libs.
Sorry. Crush the fucking Jon Snow, Giga Chad, crushing the libs in a based way.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
God. I'm so glad that shit didn't get turned into that literally me type bullshit. Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
No.
Okay. It's
I know what it is.
Yeah, it's like gangsters in fucking like 1920 England.
But I know what memes you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just pictures of Tommy Shelby in black and white. Like, I keep my circle small. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
No, your circle's small because you don't have any friends.
Because you suck. Like, I got into this a little bit with one of the old timers at work, like the union guy, and he was like, "Well, it's just this fucking younger generation. None of them want to work." And I said, "They just don't want to work with you, like, because you're a dick to everyone that comes in." And it's like you ask a question as a new guy, and like these old timers are just like, "Fuck." How do you not know that? And it's
God damn it, that sucks that those memes are real. It's just like, oh, you should already know how to do the job.
And not everyone is like that. A good majority of people will just help you out. Because they remember what it's like to be new. But there is the fucking old timers that hit the like, well, this younger generation, they just don't know shit. And it's like, yeah, because you don't fucking train them. And you just expect...
Well, we know climate change is
happening. You just expect them to know shit and then get fucking pissed off when they ask you a question. And it's like, dude, like...
Well, I guess someone that's just going to put yourself in his shoes, his wife hasn't had sex with him in 2 years.
Yeah.
Probably an alcoholic.
Oh, no, those are the shoes I'll be in.
But he's probably got a sweet, $100,000 pickup truck that, takes $100 to fill.
Dude, so... anytime I think about this job being bad, I just need to remind myself that
Is it that bad? It's on the record.
Nah, it's not that bad.
All right.
Listen, for real, my job is I sit down in a forklift and I move buckets of metal from one location to another. I just got this Apple Watch. I haven't hit my stand goal since I started working here. Because I sit down all day.
I ain't got an Apple Watch. You are in the ecosystem now.
Yeah.
Let's get you a Mac now.
But fucking, anytime I think that this job might not be worth it with the schedule, shit like that, I think about how
swing shift is rough.
My wife, her stepdad, he's worked there for 20 years, and he said, you'll probably make $75,000 this year.
Guys, you ain't supposed to... You're on record.
I'm on record doing what? Trying to get some young men in this union, dude? Yeah. Young men and women.
Swing shift would be rough on me.
You want a fucking culture change? You need to get people that believe in a different culture to start working there. That's the other thing is, it used to be a different company, and now a bigger company has bought it, and they're like...
When did they get bought? They were on grass for a long time, I know that.
Yeah. They got bought, let's see, 5 or 8 years ago, something like that. They've been through 2 contract cycles with the new company, and people will be like, oh, it's just the same as fucking when it was Olin or whatever. And I'm like, no, you're the same. You're like you were when it was the old company. you're refusing to change and adopt a new mindset. And that's why you're miserable, because you have this idea that it was bad for me, it has to be bad for everybody else. And like, it's been really easy for me. Physically, this is the easiest job I've ever had. The schedule sucks. It is fucking terrible. But physically, it is the easiest job I've ever had. And I still want it to be better for everyone that comes after me. I want it to be even easier for them. Like,
yeah.
Now, don't let anyone know I told you this. It's going to be on record, too. Supposedly, the biggest thing they're going to try to change in the next union contract is getting rid of the swing shift.
All right, well, sign me up. Where's
So we're still on this contract till 2027, so it might be a few fucking years. But if they get rid of that, I'm like, dude, you'll have so many people ready to work here.
Yeah, because that's the only thing.
That's the only thing. And by then, your base pay for driving a forklift be $30 an hour.
On record, Eli's going to give me a better job. This place I'm at now.
It might take a few years.
I'm not going to bitch about it too hard.
But like, and there's a bit of a learning curve because it's sit-down forklifts. They're different than like deep reaches and
maybe
shit
I should
like that.
learn. I wonder if they're like the.
It's kind of similar to the sit-downs, so they're propane powered here.
I was getting ready to say I bet they're
versus
the
ones that work are
electric. Do you have
electric.
to change the propane tank and everything? And
You refill it.
Oh, you refill it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, it's very easy, but like, there's a bit of a difference in the way they handle and shit, but the concept is exactly the same. Like,
any rate?
Huh?
Any rate?
Just don't fuck up.
There's like a rumor that they're gonna try to
put a rate in,
and I'm just like,
they don't pay enough for a rate.
They'll be firing me.
Yeah. Like, there's no rate, but so.
I'm sure there's an expectation.
Yeah. So like, what I do is, they run a machine called the coil miller, and they send different types of metal through here, and it cuts it down into like bars that they then send upstairs to get melted into quarters, nickels, pennies, dimes, whatever the fuck it is they do. I don't 100% know.
Bullets, brother.
I don't super care. But
he's there for the green.
The coil miller sends shavings of these metals into a machine called the baler, and then it goes into 1 or 2 buckets. When you get fast, you'll keep it on just the 1 bucket. When that bucket gets full, you back out with your forklift real quick, drop the bucket, pick up another one, put it in. Then you go dump that bucket, and then you bring it back, and then you wait for the bucket to fill up again. Sometimes the coil miller goes down for 5 hours at a time, and you just don't tell anyone. So then you just sit there. My brother-in-law said that one time he worked a double on the baler, and the coil miller was down for 14 of those hours.
On a Game of Thrones.
He said he just sat there the whole time, and he didn't tell it.
I remember the dude that worked at Walgreens. Yes, there was a dude that worked 2 full-time jobs. I'm a sleepy bitch.
So he was probably a lab tech.
He works. I mean, he says he works in an office type.
So like, they have these labs where they test the fucking metal and make sure that it's right specifications, whatever. They make more than I do.
Yeah.
Like, my starting pay was like $27 an hour, and then it'll go up to $30 when I have like a certain amount of time under my belt. And then from there, it is a 3% raise every year in perpetuity, 100% guaranteed. So like, motherfuckers like my wife's stepdad, he's probably making like $45, $50 an hour for doing my job.
Still fucking complaining.
Yeah. Some people just complain. That's who they are. Well, like, I was explaining it to some of the other guys there because I got my check. It was a paper one, and I was like, "This is what makes it all worth it." And they were like, "Oh, well, wait till you get the fucking overtime. Then you're gonna be here all the time." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Dude, when was the last time y'all tried to have a house with $2,400 a month? Because that's what I've been doing."
Never. It sounds like.
Yeah. So you got to understand, there are worse jobs out here.
Wait, yeah, there's worse jobs than Europe jobs.
I've done physically harder work for longer hours and less money. Like,
on the record, I found a check stub for 2012. I'm complaining. Sure, I'm making about $10 more than I was. But it don't matter because inflation's hit us so fucking hard. It don't even. Yeah, maybe we're kind of getting in the weeds anyway. Maybe we should call it.
Well, I don't care. We can keep going for however.
Who's going to listen to our 2-hour podcast?
Who gives a fuck?
We're definitely in the weeds.
No, we're getting to fucking Castle Super Beast levels, dude. I'm just waiting until we can run a 4-hour podcast.
All right, piss break.